Okay, ladies and gents, this is a quick revision video um, just on estimating the mean. Now, when you come to do your revision, this is a key skill which comes up almost every year, and it's worth either 3 or 4 marks, and it's very, very easy, and it's easy to revise as well. And what you'll have is you'll have a table here, and they'll say work out an estimate for the mean. Sometimes it might be worded slightly differently, but we'll have a look at that shortly. And the first thing we do is we find the midpoints of all of these. So, I mean, some are easy like this one. So, halfway between 0 and 10 is 5. Halfway between 10 and 20 is 15. And that's reasonably easy to do. There's 2 ways of finding the midpoint. The first one, if they're tricky numbers, is you could add them both together. So, 20 plus 30 is 50. Divided by 2 is 25. 30 plus 40 is 70. Divided by 2 is 35. Alternatively, we can see that the gap between 40 and 50 is 10. Half of that is 5, so if we go 5 in from 40, we get to 45. So the difference between 40 and 50, that's a gap of 10, so half that gap will be 5. So if we go in by 5, that's going to be 45. Either way, doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get the correct midpoints. So once you've got the midpoints, you need to multiply them by the frequency. Now be careful, because sometimes I'll have a frequency of 0 up here or down here. And remember that anything times 0 is 0. So just be careful of that. A lot of people put, say, 5 times 0 is 5. It's an easy mark to lose. Okay, so step 1, we find the midpoints. Step 2, we multiply them. So if we do 5 times 3, that's 15. 15 times 8 is 120. And then if you do all this on the calculator, 25 times 11 is 275. 35 times 9 is 315. 45 times 9 is 405. Believe it or not, I did that without a calculator. Okay, so step 1, midpoint. Step 2, multiply them. Step 3 is we add this column that we've just made and the frequency. Now the frequency should tell you up there. So the frequency there is 40. And if we add this column up here, 15 plus 120 plus 275 plus 315 plus 405, we get 1,130. Once we've done that, we do the column that you've calculated divided by the total frequency. So 1130 divided by 40 equals 28.25. Okay, very quick and easy. So just one more time, we work out what the midpoint is, times the midpoint by the frequency, add up that column, add up the frequency, and then divide the bigger one by the total frequency to get 28.25. Now, just a quick way to check to see if your answer looks right, and this is quite important, see whether or not it's just in the middle of the data. So in the middle of this is sort of 20 to 30, that's where most of the data is. So 28.25, yeah, it's in that one there. So yeah, I'm assuming it might not be in the middle one each time, might be in this one or this one, but usually where the bulk of the data is, that's where your mean is going to be. So let's do that again, except this time hopefully you should be able to do it a little bit quicker. Okay, so we're going to calculate an estimate for the mean. So what we do, the first thing we need to do is we need to find the midpoint. So halfway of 0 and 10 is 5. Halfway between 10 and 30, that's a gap of 20, so add 10 on to that, it's going to be 20. Alternatively, 10 plus 30 is 40, divided by 2 is 20. Halfway between 30 and 50 is 40. Halfway between 50 and 180 is 50 plus 80 is 130 divided by 2 is 65. Halfway between 80 and 100 is 90. Step 1 is the midpoints. Step 2 is we multiply. So 5 times 5 is 25. 11 times 20 is 220. 40 times 23 is 920. 65 times 13 is 845. 90 times 8, if you need to calculate there, 720. Then what we do, once we've done that, we add that column up, we add this column up. And this column should add up to the number that it gives us there. If we add the last column up, 25 plus 220 plus 920 plus 845 plus 720 is 2,730. So we then do this number divided by this number. 2,730 divided by 60, and we get 45.5, which, yeah, again, is roughly in the middle there. Let's do it again, even quicker. Oh, in fact, just before we start this question, this one's got a slightly different one. It says, write down the class interval that contains the median. So we've got 41 teachers here. So if we do 41 plus 1 divided by 2, that's going to tell us where the middle one is. So, oh, we'll just do 20.5. So I want to know where that one goes to 21. Or if we do 41 divided by 2, it's going to be 20.5. So we need to know where either the 21st or 20.5th piece of data is. So we can see here the first 14 pieces of data are from 0 to 10. So the next 13, so that's going to be, if this is the first 14 here, then this is going to be the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, all the way up for another 13 pieces of data. And that's going to contain the 21st piece of data. So the median is going to be in this one here. So the class interval is 10 and 20. Okay, so sometimes they'll ask you that. Sometimes they'll ask you for the modal class interval. Now modal, if I just write that down, modal means the most popular. So the most popular is this one because it's got the most number of teachers. So the modal would be 0 and 10. Okay, but this video isn't about modal or the median. It's just useful to do some revision like that. This video is all about estimating the mean. So step 1, midpoint. So 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. You then multiply them. 5 times 14 is 70. 13 times 15 is 195. 8 times 25 is 200. 4 times 35 is 140. 2 times 45 is 90. Once we've done that, we add that up. So 195 plus 70 plus 200 plus 140 plus 90 is 695. We then add the number of teachers, which they should tell us at the top. So 41, yep. Adds up to 40. You can just double check it as well. So add these together, they should make 41. 695 divided by 41. So 695 divided by 41, and it's 16.95. And if we have a look, the majority of the data is here. So halfway between that, yeah, it's there. So 16.95 looks right. So very, very easy. Again, let's do it again, just to make sure we can. So we need to find the midpoint. So there's a gap of 30. So half of that is 15. So we go 15 in, so that's going to give us 75. Gap of 30, half of that is 15. Going from that, and you get 105. Gap of 30, half of that is 15. Going 15, that's going to be 135. Do the same again, 165. Same again, 195. So once we've got the midpoint, we multiply. So 75 times 10 is 750. 105 times 14 is 1,470. 135 times by 9 is 1,215. 165 times by 5 is 825. 195 times by 2 is 390. We then add the frequency, we then add the column that we've just made, so that's 40. And the other one, 750 plus 1,470 plus 1,215 plus 825 plus 390 is 4,650. Finally, we do 4,650 divided by 40, which is 116.25. So have a look, 116.25. Majority of the data is there, so yeah, we're happy enough with that. So it's a very, very doable question. Now this one is very similar. It says calculate the mean. So notice that this one says calculate the mean, and all the other ones that we've done so far, it says calculate an estimate for the mean. Calculate an estimate for the mean. So if it says calculate an estimate for the mean, we do the process that we've just done. If it says calculate the mean, then what you'll have is it'll be worth 1 less marks. It's been worth 4 marks up until this point. This one's now only worth 3 marks, but you don't estimate it. There's no midpoint. So all you do is you just ignore the first step. So we don't do the midpoint. You just multiply them together. So 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 3 is 24, 9 times 3 is 27, 10 times 4 is 40, 11 times 2 is 22. You then add those together. So 14 plus 24 plus 27 plus 40 plus 22 is 127. It tells you there are 14 there, so let's double check that. 5, 8, 10, 14. Yep. And you do 127 divided by 14, which equals 9.07. And yeah, that's pretty much bang in the middle. So we're happy with that mean. Okay. Again, the very last question. Again, it's exactly the same. All you need to do is this time it doesn't say estimate, it says work out the mean. So we don't bother finding the midpoints, we just multiply them. That's what I said earlier. You've got a 0 here, so 0 times 6 isn't 6. 0 times 6 is 0. 1 times 9 is 9. 2 sevens are 14. 3 threes are 9. 4 twos are 8. 5 times 1 is 5. You then add those together. So that's 23, 32, 40, 45. You add the frequency together. And this time it's been a little bit mean, hasn't told us what the frequency is, so we'll have to do that separately. So 6 plus 9 is 15, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28. And then we do 45 divided by 28. We always divide by the total frequency. So 45 divided by 28, and that equals 1.61 if you round it properly. And 1.61, so the majority of the data is here. So 1.61, yeah, is in the middle. So yeah, again, we're happy enough with that. Okay, ladies, like I said, this is the first of a bunch of these videos, which are meant to be a little bit shorter. So let's see, this one is only 12 minutes, so it's a real short video, but you should be able to watch this and then have this question nailed. Okay, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and if you can, share the video. Good luck.